Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration. Let me see. I've got my hair. Bear with me 1 second. Hey, guys. How you guys doing? I know I've got a little... Hey, everybody. You just gave your baby a bath. I'm doing well, thank you. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm going to try one other. That's not good. All right. We're going to use this. Okay. We're going to go back to that. Sorry, guys. You're on a rest day today. I wish I could have a rest day. I kind of did. I had a good day today. It was, loosey-goosey, darlings. Loosey-goosey. All right, hang on 1 second, guys. Hey, let's see who we've got here. I'm going to put this here so I can check out the chat at the same time. So hello, Kiana. Hello, Mary. Hello to Wanda. Trista, Tatiana, Bernetta, Lucky Sprite, Gabby, Lisa K. Hello. All right, guys. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. So we're going to get her going here. We're going to get her going. All right. Hey, Lolly. Hello, Mary. Yes, it is President's Day tomorrow here in the States. I still have to work, so not a holiday for me. All right, guys, we're going to get going. Hello, Arlene, as everybody's coming in. So I promised I wouldn't put on some comfy clothes. I promised earlier that we would talk about the February 19th full moon, which is a super moon. Guys, this is going to be the second of 3 super moons. January, February, and March, all the full moons are all super moons. Okay. So the second of 3, and this one we're going to talk a little bit about some of the significance. Like I said in my community tab, this full moon, let me just back it up a little bit. This full moon is going to be at 0 degrees Virgo when it comes in. It is again a super moon. So it's at 0 degrees Virgo, which from all of the research that I've been doing, people never feel me scratch my head. Yeah. From all that research that I've been doing on this, because I don't fashion myself an astrologer. Okay. I just I do a lot of research into how these energies are going to affect us as a collective, me as an individual, and then I like to share it with you guys. So from what I'm hearing, as far as this being 0 degrees Virgo, it's like it's like kind of the most translucent, transparent, probably most potent energy you can get in a sign is if it is at 0 degrees with this full moon. Okay. The full moon in and of itself is the ending. It can be the ending of a cycle, but when it's at a 0 degree station, it can also signify beginnings as well, because it's literally at the beginning, at that cusp. Hello, Angelic Quest. So as this comes in, the moon regulates or influences our emotions. Our emotions become very heightened, and so I've realized that it's increasingly important to pay attention to where that full moon is transiting, so that you can have the most information possible as you're coming into it. So not only is the full moon at 0 degrees Virgo, but it is coming in on the first day of Pisces as well. So opposite mirror signs. This is very potent, very powerful energy. Not harsh, aggressive like an Aries type energy, right? Sometimes even an Aquarius type energy or whatnot can be a little Capricorn, but actually Saturn does play into this just a little bit as well. So let's get into it, okay? Virgo. When we think of Virgo, Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. Both Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury. Mercury is all about communication, information, thought patterns, like all of that, right? Geminis love to communicate. Right? You get that. And Virgos love to gather information, assess it. Now, Geminis do the same thing, but they make their decisions rather quickly. I am vastly generalizing a sign at this moment, okay? So don't get offended, any of my Geminis, and don't get offended, hello, sorry, any of my Virgos, okay? I'm vastly generalizing, all right? So Geminis will take in this information, but they spew out more information than necessarily sometimes they take in. They make decisions very quickly, very quickly. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just is what it is. Virgos, on the other hand, take it in. They analyze it. They do communicate, yes, but they're very analytical. Being an earth sign, very grounded, focused on, you'll get, when you need a project, like, figured out from start to finish, you give the Virgo the info, you can give the Virgo the idea, but the Virgo is actually going to make you do a deep dive into the whole thing and like plan it from start to finish, right? Yes, exactly. Virgos are very, very analytical. Virgos are also typically very health conscious. Virgos are they can be very maternal and nurturing, but nurturing with a little bit of an edge, because if what you're saying doesn't quite make sense to a Virgo, like, not the emotional nurturing like I would be as a Cancer. And I'm telling you all this, hello Nikita, I'm telling you all this for a reason, so just follow the bouncing ball with me for a moment, beloveds. They are nurturing, but not the same as a Cancer. A Cancer, we will be very emotionally nurturing, very, very, very maternal. How are you feeling? We're that one, right? Where a Virgo will be nurturing, but to a point where it's like, okay, so my kids skin their knee, right? I'm like, oh, poor baby, and I'm like, ready to do like complete surgery because we have a skin knee and like stitches the whole 9 yards. And yeah, they can. Hello, Triple G. But a Virgo is going to look at it, assess it, be like, hey, I know that hurts, whatever. And they're going to ask you like a bunch of questions. They make good doctors, good scientists, right? They're going to ask you, they're going to triage you to death, and they're going to figure it all out. And then they're going to put the Band-Aid on there and be like, okay, now this is the deal. I need you to rest for a few minutes, but you're going to be just fine. But you still got the same nurturing. Like my mom is a Virgo. So as a Virgo mother, she kind of like rides herself sometimes, because she's like, I really wasn't that emotionally, like, not like you, not like me. And I'm like, you're not the same person. It's okay. I can't get the same emotional stuff from my mom that my kids can get from me. It's all good. Hello, underneath the stars. Hello, Reina. So this full moon in Virgo at 0 degrees and coming into it in the Pisces, in the sign of Pisces, happy birthday, Pisces. This is a tremendous opportunity for us to do a couple of things. It is a tremendous, so the moon, right? The feelings and the deepness and the secrets and the this and the that. Yeah, I know, Mary. Right? All of this together says, let's analyze Virgo moon. How do we feel about where we're at right now on our journey? let's take this time to really analyze our personal journeys in our purpose, life overall, relationships, be they romantic, familial, friendships. This is a time to assess it all. So if you guys have been feeling like, oh my gosh, I've got to get some plans in order, like I haven't a general idea about my purpose and what I'm supposed to do, or the next big project, right? The next big project, but I'm not quite sure how to go about it. Like you've had these ideas. I'm just going to go on that project idea. You've had these ideas, these thoughts. This is like the grand options, but I'm not quite sure exactly how to execute it. Hello, Lee. Hello, Kelsey. So what this full moon is going to give us the energy to do, beloveds, is instead of just sitting here and saying, well, I'm not quite sure, because it is at 0 degrees, it can give us the empowerment to push forward and be activated in gathering all of this information, in gathering all of the know-how from start to finish. Virgo is all about give me more, give me more, give me more, give me more, so I can analyze it, right? So I can analyze the data, all about the data, right? And now that moon just says, how do I feel about it, right? That moon makes it very personal. Exactly. My mom's a Virgo. She thinks things through. My son is a Gemini. Good Lord. Try to follow up. I have to ask him a lot of times, could you breathe, son? Just for a second. Breathe and think. Give me a minute. But this moon at 0 degrees Virgo in Pisces. The moon is in Virgo. We're starting Pisces season. The mirror. Pisces as a mirror then just instinctually knows the information. Pisces are intuitive. Like we're intuitive. Cancerians are intuitive. We feel when I'm giving you, yes, Nikita. Oh, hey, Shonda. Hello, dear. How are you? Oh my goodness. Now I'm like, oh no, Shonda's in the room. The queen of astrology. Uh-oh. I'm going to sign off now. So we've got this full moon at the 0 degrees Virgo, right? Gimme, 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 gimme. Hello, Kimasabi. Gimme, gimme, gimme. All the information. I need all the information so I can make a very good, solid analysis. But we've got it coming in at the mirror, the opposite sign, Pisces, which is, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know things. Any of you Game of Thrones fans will, I believe Tyrion is probably a Pisces. I drink wine and I know things. So the Pisceans know things. They just know it. When I give you guys readings, you notice I say, I feel. Yeah? I feel. Pisceans, if you get a reading from a Piscean, that Piscean is going to say, I know. The Piscean will state it as fact. And will look at you like, well, I don't understand why you don't know it. My wonderful Scorpio friends are right there in the middle. They feel, they know, but they're the investigators. So we could bring both to them and be like, here's a thing, right? Here, Scorpios, figure it out. I digress. At any rate, so I've got 0 degree, full moon, Virgo. Mercury rules Virgo. So this is all about information. This is also on the precipice of Mercury retrograde season. So this is going to be rather important. What we're setting in place now is going to be very important for when Mercury goes into retrograde in a little while. So be very careful and really take this time to say, what do I know beyond a shadow of a doubt right now? What is it I know? So if it is your life purpose that you've been like seeking spirit for, what's my purpose? Why am I here? And you know, or at least you've got a general gist of it. You see in part. Take that knowledge, take that Piscean knowledge, follow me now. And during February, this full super moon, when the moon is at its strongest, because it's at its closest, and we're at 0 degrees Virgo when it starts. I think it's at 3:34 GMT, in the afternoon, GMT. Yes, take this time, instead of this being a closing of a chapter, which is usually what a full moon cycle is. It's a closing of the cycle right before the new. Take this time instead to say, yeah, this old crap, I'm closing this old crap out. I don't need all this other old crap that I had somewhere over here. But instead, take all that old crap and be like, okay, I'm going to look at it, but I'm not really thinking about it. What do I need to know now? How can I bring my purpose into fruition? How can I propel my life forward? And let me gather all the information and make a solid decision. A solid decision. What's going on with your whole your family is Pisces, so baby. A solid decision on what to do moving forward. Do you see what I'm saying? Take this opportunity, and this is all very personal. The reason why I say it's very personal is because this is happening during a full moon. Full moons, if you notice, anytime I discuss full moons, it's always analyze. This is a time, I say it all the time, a time to rewrite your narrative. This isn't a time to rewrite everybody else's narrative. This isn't a time to buy into mommy's narrative or daddy's narrative. This isn't a time to believe what the government is telling you about yourself. This isn't a time to believe what the media tells you about yourself. Hello, Victoria. Right? This is a time for you to be introspective. This is why it's so important for us to understand exactly, to get comfortable with being introspective and analyzing ourselves. Because for some people that are going to hear this now or hear it later, you're going to be at a loss. Because you're going to be like, Lisa, I ain't done my work. I got no clue. I got no clue. Yeah? Now to those folks, I say that's all right. It's never too late to start. Start meditating now. Start doing it now. I've got that 7-day challenge out there. It's a wonderful playlist. I got up at 5:30 in the morning, okay? And at 3:30 in the morning when I was traveling, and meditated with folks for about 10-15 minutes. It's guided meditations, 7 days. That'll get you started. You can still take advantage of this energy. If you don't know your purpose or ain't got any clue where to even begin, then take this energy to say, I need all the information I can get so I know what my purpose is, so I can at least start. Right? That's where we need to be. This is personal, guys. This is a personal time to look over your purpose. This is a personal time to review your relationships as well. And why am I saying review relationships? Because we have to make sure that the friendships, the love relationships, the desire for love relationships, what have you, that all of these people that are in our sphere, in our world right now, are good for us and are going to further us down along the line of ascension and transformation. This is a good time to analyze that and say, are you good for me? And if you've been feeling in your knower, in your gut, in your solar plexus, that they're not good for you, that they're not furthering you along, if you've been super frustrated with things, if you've been just like annoyed, like every little thing that this person may do just is getting on your last earthly nerve, like you'd have rubbed my last earthly nerve. You got to be real with yourself during this full moon and say, maybe then the position I have you in, if I weigh the pros and cons, I look at your strengths and opportunities for growth, and I look at all this and how does this fit into my life? Maybe it's not the right thing. And guess what? It's okay. You don't have to fall out of friendship. You don't have to fall out of friendship. You don't have to fall out of relationship. You just need to put that person in a different spot. Maybe do a little Piscean deep dive on them just for a short time. But you got to put them in a different spot. What I want you guys to do, beloved, is take this Piscean energy that's available to us, that knower, that intuitive knower, and then take the mirror Virgo and say, hey, wait a second. I can change this. I can analyze this. Give me all the information. And perhaps you're not in the right spot. And that's okay. It honestly is okay, guys. It really is. Actually, Shonda taught me something a while back, that not to just like block people and X people out, just like kick people to the curb. Because if any of y'all know me, being a triple cardinal, when I am absolutely done with you, I am absolutely done with you. I've given you 50 million Cancerian chances. And then my Capricorn self, I'm trying to get you in order. And then my Aries moon, next case, I'm out. When I finally get to that point. But she taught me a very good thing. See, you don't have to fall out of relationship with somebody. You don't have to fall out of friendship. You don't have to block them. You don't have to all of this. You know what I'm saying? But there's people are there for a season and a reason. And sometimes their season is over. And sometimes we don't want to let that person go. And that could be romantic relationships as well. That could be romantic relationships as well. Sometimes we don't want to let them go. But this is a time, hello, Marie. Hello, Divine Butterfly. This is a time, this is a season right here where we need to be gathering information, analyzing it, and making an assessment, a legitimate assessment in a grounded manner. Now, I mentioned earlier that Saturn may have something to do with this a little bit later. And actually Sagittarius and Capricorn, Saturn, Jupiter and Saturn have something to do with this now. Don't forget, guys, while all of this is going on, we have Jupiter at home in Sagittarius, expansion, and we still have Saturn at home in Capricorn, order, right? Structure. So now we've got this Virgo energy of information. Gimme. Give me all the information. I want it. We've got the Piscean knowing saying, okay, we're not going to focus on this over here. We're going to focus on that over here. Okay, this is our focus right now. Get all the energy, put it in your supercomputer. All the while, the reason why I say this is so critical for our purpose, and the other reason why I say this is a critical moment, what we're putting into motion right now, guys, and maybe Shonda can help me. I do think that Mercury is going into retrograde, and it's going to be rather stationary, stagnant. In March, I believe it goes into retrograde. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Oh, I like Saturn in Cappy because it gives, that feeds my little Capricorn. That feeds my Capricorn rising. I get everybody based. Honey, you asking the wrong soul here, Sarah, about a Western astrology or a Vedic. I got none for you. I'm sorry, baby. I'm just going by, I'm assuming it's Western because I would have no idea. So, Saturn ruling Capricorn, order. Get your life in order. Get your life in order. We not standing for the F stuff. Okay? We not standing for the tomfoolery. Get yourself in order. You all will hear me from time to time say, I like things decent and in order. So I like for you to have some morals about you and have some, decorum, have some class. And I like it in order. So Saturn is saying, put all this information, Virgo full moon, in order. And then Jupiter is saying, and we're in a time for expansion. So do you see how these two things how these planets are all coming together to make this wonderful, beautiful elixir of catapulting propulsion into purpose? It's like I can see fantastic, large, grand ideas, the foundation of which being laid out during this time, or at least you get the idea for the foundation right now during this time. But be careful what you put in place. Be careful what programs you put in motion, because it may come back to bite you in the butt when Mercury goes into retrograde. Be careful. Because remember, as Shonda has said, Saturn is in Cappy until 2020. And Jupiter is, we still got what, about 10 months? At least about 10 months of Jupiter being in Sag. So whatever you're doing right now is going to expand. It could either be expansive in a positive fashion in your life, or it could be expansive in a not so positive fashion in your life. Be very careful what you put in order and in motion right now. Make sure that it is in line with your most excellent life. Make sure it's in line with your most excellent life. This is a wonderful time, November this year. So we have 10 months. I was right. This is a wonderful moment, snapshot in time, to put that foundation and find the partners, right? Ask Spirit, ask Source to bring to you the partners you need, the collaborators you need to help further your purpose along. All right? Do that. Now, and then there's some very specific people that are going to hear this, that are going to need to know that information. Get the partners. We're not doing all of this on our own, guys. We don't do our life purposes completely on our own. We are a part of a collective. Hello, Maria. We're a part of a collective, right? I'm a part of you, you're a part of me. We're a part of each other. So we don't do these things in a vacuum. Even when it's our time to have some solitary refinement, it's still not in a vacuum. You still have your soul family around you. So ask for the right people to be brought into your realm, your sphere of influence, and that can influence you. Okay? Now, the other thing I want to discuss in regard to partnership, and I want to discuss about this in general. Be very careful, though, that we don't slip off into analysis paralysis, and I believe that's where the Piscean energy can help us. You know, Pisceans, they do think, right? But they do move via intuition. Sometimes Pisceans can be a little bit slow moving. Jupiter will help us move it forward, accelerate it, because Sagittarius like to go, right? Sagittarius are all about, let's go, let's expand, let's go, let's expand, da-da-da-da-da-da, let's go, right? So, let's go, right? Because we got a couple of earth energies, and then we got the thinking level of the water ones, water. So really do, Pisceans will move when they're so moved. So when you feel it, do it as you're going through this full moon cycle. But I do believe Jupiter is going to help propel us further into our purpose and expand our universe. This is a time for expansion. So listen, everybody. I really want you to take some time and think about what you're doing with your life. Think about who's in your life. Think about who you're trying to bring into your life. Think about what you're doing with your life, and how do you feel about how do you feel really deep down inside about where your life is right now, and how can you change it? And if you've got no earthly idea in your brain, then guess what? Oh, I love you too, my Trine. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you got no clue in your earthly brain where you're going or whether or not these things are right, then go get into your meditative spot. The old folks in the church would say, go to your prayer closet, baby. Go to your prayer closet. However you want to go to your altar, your prayer closet, wherever you need to go. Get off to yourself and talk to spirit. I say this all the time, and I'll say it till the day that I transition. This conversation vertically is so much more important than this conversation earthly. Learn to listen to the thought before the thought. Because that's your spirit speaking to you. That's your most excellent spirit speaking to you. The thought before the thought. Spend that time listening to that, because that knowingness, that voice is going to lead you to your purpose and to your plan. That voice is going to lead you to the reason you were placed here, that you chose to incarnate in this body at this time in this hour. But you don't connect with that. You don't hear that spirit man speaking to you if you're too busy talking to folks all the time, and you're too busy watching television, and you're too busy doing a lot of other things. And I'll tell you something else, you guys. You may not even connect with it that much here with me. I can help guide you to it, but I can't get you to it. I can guide you there, but I can't get you there. You see, I can't speak like your spirit's going to speak to you. I can't speak for your spirit man. I can't do that. That's all you. I can connect to you because we're all one. I am you, you are me. And honey, some of y'all been doing some stuff I'm going to really need y'all to stop doing with this I am you, you are me. But that is another discussion for another day. We'll let that go for right now. Now, okay, 35 minutes. That's about as long as I wanted to talk. I hope that this has helped, right? So Virgo, 0 degrees, Pisces, season, all these wonderful things that's happening. So get your plans in order. See, I've already been doing this, and because sometimes I feel these energies and these unctions not sometimes, all the time. I feel them a lot sooner. So I need you to get your plans in order, though. And as we're going through this, or if you already know some of your purpose and you've already, just by listening to this, you're like, hey, this is what I wish to work on during this full moon energy. This is the information I know I need to gather. How do I start this business? How do I do this? How do I get back at school? How do I become an energy healer? How do I become a life coach? How do I manifest my best life? I want you to leave that in the comments below, because I want to, on this channel, right, we are all about helping you lead a spirit-led, whole and healed, peaceful and prosperous life. I am buffering. Can you guys hear me, or did it completely stop? Can you guys hear my voice? Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, good. I'm just going to do this so that way I'm not interfering with anything else. I apologize. For some weird, strange reason, you guys, this my webcam just decides it wants to make everything buffer like nobody's flipping business. At any rate, okay, you can hear me. That's good enough. All right. I'm going to take some questions. I'm going to take a very few questions. I know. Honey, I know you're not going to be able to see me. Guys, you're just going to have to listen to my voice. All right? Just listen to my ASMR voice. I'll get real nice and real low for you guys, so we can I'll get real nice and real low. I know there's no video. You're not going to hear me anymore. I mean, you're not going to see me anymore. You're just going to hear me. Do you guys have any questions? I think it is. I think it is. I'll play with this video camera a little bit more. Do you guys have any questions? So I'm not going to be on here very long tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging with me and being with me tonight. I really do appreciate it a lot. Yes, thank you, Shonda. So all these pretty pictures. So the playlist is up there. Working with me. Go to my website. Oh, you'll be fine. Claire, I'm not doing any readings, honey. Not tonight. Not tonight, Kelsey. If you'd like to book a reading with me, Kelsey, you can go to my website. How do you let go of past religions? I don't know that you need to let go of past religions. I don't know that you need to let them go. I believe what we do, because I've not let go of Christianity in the sense that I have taken that holy text and gone deeper beyond it, beyond what man says it means, and taken the versions of that text that have been given to us and gone beyond and deeper. So I don't believe we need to get rid of them, Clarence. I'm answering that right now. I don't believe that you need to get rid of them. I believe you need to take Spirit, Source, Creator, God, the universe, the great I am, whatever you have desired, however he, she has, mother, father has revealed themselves to you, and take your holy text and go deep. Take that concept of who Creator is out of the box and just go deep. You don't need to let them go. They kind of fade away, like how can I put it? The structure, the dogma fades away, but the holy text is holy. Does that answer your question, Clarence? I saw Raina ask a question of how do I live how do you manifest your best life? There's a lot into that. So yes, it's I am affirmations. I just created a playlist that is steps to success. That'll help you with manifestation. There's manifestation videos all over YouTube, all over my YouTube channel and on my website. It's a lot of, first of all, you have to identify it, and then you have to raise your vibrational level to the level of your best life. So when you visualize it finally, yes, what your life is, what your life purpose is, and then you allow that visualization to drop down into your heart chakra, and through that you really feel it, like smell it, touch it, know what you're wearing. And while you're doing this, let's say you're supposed to be a public speaker, how is it going to feel to be a public speaker? How many people am I going to be speaking in front of? What am I wearing? All that. When you get that whole vision in front of you, then you are at that height of that, you are vibrating at that frequency of which that exists. This is a lot of information in a very short time. When you can vibrate consistently at the frequency at which that exists, then the future no longer becomes the future. It then is the present. All right. That's a very, 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 very short version of a lot of teaching that I do. Okay, no love reading. Did they answer you, Sean, about what love readings are? Love readings is all about asking about my love life. And I have answered a whole lot of love life questions in the last 4 days. Even some of my own. Anyway. Yes, and healing. Thank you, Lisa. Very good. How did you know that? How did I know I was an energy healer? Wow. Um, when I was, as you may or may not know, I am an ordained minister in the Christian church, non-denominational, charismatic, believe in and still do speak in tongues, blah blah blah, the whole 9 yards, right? Move all the gifts of the spirit, including the laying on of hands, including casting out spirits. Now, we'll talk about all that another time. When I would go around the country ministering, I thought I was just laying on hands of people, and the same way that I give intuitive readings here or tarot readings sometimes when I use the tarot deck, the same way I give intuitive readings here, I would give those same readings, not readings with tarot, of course, but messages when I was ministering to people, channeling creator, channeling source. Didn't call it that at that time, angelic quest. And I knew when I would lay hands on people for physical healing, immediately I would typically get some sort of emotional healing that needed to happen and release. So without knowing, having a name for it, angelic quest, I did it because it's who I am. This community has now given me the ability to actually put a name on it. So the only reason I know, quote unquote, that I'm an energy healer is because I was given that as a name, a moniker in this community. Otherwise, I would have just been, and I still am, just being me. Okay. So, and Raina, that's cool. I do see where you say you purged your beliefs with metaphysics. I believe that it's all connected. Religion and metaphysics are all connected. So I just personally have not purged. I have my beliefs. I might not believe them the same way, but I have my beliefs still. I just don't apply them in the same place. All right, have we solved this twin flame thing? No, I do not believe in twin flames. I have not. I have not found any good evidence that the twin flames exist. So I'm just waiting for solid evidence, Kelsey, that twin flames actually exist. I don't understand the purpose. It doesn't make sense. Creator does everything for a purpose. Everything. Even the negative things that happen in our life, if we want to call them that, happen for a purpose. I wouldn't be where I am today had I not been married and then divorced from the narcissist. I wouldn't have discovered anything that I did discover about my life, about my childhood, about anything, had I not been married and then subsequently divorced from the narcissist. You would not be talking to me or typing to me right now. I would not have gone on my life purpose. I can guarantee you that. Now, that being said, I cannot find the purpose in having two souls, having one soul born and then split apart at birth for the purpose of playing hide and go seek and Marco Polo for the rest of your lives. I don't understand that. And that might be very flippant. So I apologize to those that believe in twin flame. I'm sorry. I'm going back. I just don't get what would be the purpose for creator to do that? What a cruel joke to play. Here, you guys are really meant to be together for all eternity, but I'm going to split you up when you both decided to come to the same incarnation at the same time as a human being. And I'm going to make you all play hide and seek Marco Polo. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I don't understand it. Now, if somebody can explain to me what the divine purpose is in that, then I'm cool. But I need some proof. And child, yes, and all this darn running. There was a song in the church. I've been running for Jesus for a mighty long time. I'm not tired yet. Okay. What, they running? They gonna keep on running? How long they gonna run? Polo. I mean, come on now. So, that's an excuse for, oh, well, they're my twin flame and they running. That's why we not together. No, they haven't grown enough to be in your presence, beloved. They haven't grown to the point where they can be in your presence and give you the love and honor and respect that you deserve. Period. Point blank. I've seen too many people also use twin flames as an excuse to have an affair. No, beloved. If your quote-unquote twin flame is with somebody else, then guess what, baby? They with somebody else. You better go on. I don't know, child. Well, Shonda, we'll have to talk, girl. Because, honey, I don't know, trying. I don't know. Okay, let me get up off that. Because, y'all, I could be on that twin flame madness for a minute. Okay, here we go. I am, yes, Lucky Sprite, keeping you in mind. I believe you're going to get that. Remember, I gave you that reading, and Creator said you were going to get that work. He said you would get it. Do I have certain affirmations for letting go of doubts and fears? I don't know if anyone got to this, but Trista, my own belief in this, as far as releasing doubts and fears, is this: your doubts and your fears are serving you, and they're serving a purpose. So you need to discover the root of those doubts and fears, and then go through the healing, the energetic healing process of forgiveness and release, and then refilling that void with love and light. So it's serving a purpose. Everything serves a purpose. So they are protecting you from being injured in some fashion that you have been injured in the past. So I don't necessarily, so the only time I utilize affirmations when letting go of doubts and fears is if I have already done my work on the root and dug up the root of that weed. And then something happens externally to try to get me to fall back into that. Or I will say this: sometimes things happen and they're triggers. We've already emotionally dug up or energetically dug up the root. However, your brain, beloved, is still running the same computer program. It takes a while to get that program out of the recycle bin, so to speak, on your computer, and then to permanently delete it. See, I believe that what happens is when we dig up the root of the weed, the roots actually go to the recycle bin until we do a complete purge. Now, that complete purge happens over time. Once the brain finally figures out that what the spirit has done in removing that weed was in the best interest of the body and the mind, because that's the mind's purpose, is to protect the body and the mind. So If that is still in the recycle bin, it's still accessible. So sometimes we'll have triggers and our old way of thinking will pop up. So that Bible, the verse in the Bible, and you guys, I only talk about the Bible because that's the holy text I know from start to finish. So please don't be offended. I'm just saying it in a way that's applicable. The verse in the Bible, Trista, that says, renew your mind with the washing of the word. Well, we've always taken that as Christians to mean renew your mind with the washing of biblical word. And there's some truth to that. However, it's what if it is truly your word? What if the renewing of your mind with the washing of your word? So when you get triggered and that comes back to you, then you tell yourself, I tell myself all the time, you tell yourself, I don't need that anymore. Okay, I'm going to try it again, y'all. Hold on. I'm going to try to put this video back on. Me and OBS is going to have a few arguments, I think. Okay. Does that help you, dear? Trista, did you catch all of that? All right, I'm back. Okay. Let's see. I'm catching up with the chat, y'all. Kelsey, you asked about it being interested in starting your own tarot reading channel. I bet you Shonda was here telling you to get on and get with it once you. Okay. Kelsey, this is the thing. Before I started the channel, I didn't know anything about reading. You're welcome, Trista. I didn't know anything about reading tarot cards because I had never done it. I just told you what my spiritual background was. So I had been watching tarot readers after my breakup, and it helped me a lot. So I became very interested in tarot, and I got a few readings and whatnot. And then one day I just was sitting on the couch. It's been about a year now since I started my channel. And I bought a deck and then I just started. So there's nothing to it but to do it. You got to do it. There's no point being scared or anything like that. I would, if you're going to do it, decide. I would not go on daily first. That's a lot. Kelsey, do not jump out here and do daily because it's a lot. I would come on out and do some monthly readings. When I started, I did monthlies. Recorded them, put them up, and I did mid-monthlies. Be sure you let everybody know that you're starting your channel, like myself. I think you came from Secret, like Secret, your friends, whatever. But before you do any readings on YouTube, I would do some readings like for my friends personally, if you haven't already done them, just to get kind of accustomed to it. So, and then just go. Like, just do it. You gotta. And one day you'll feel good enough, you'll feel comfortable enough to go live. Live is fun. But be sure that you're kind of that you're good, that your aura is good and whole, because it's a lot of energies, honey, and when you're doing lives. But I would do monthlies and maybe mid-months first. And don't feel like you got to do all this stuff that I do or anybody else. I mean, start out with a phone and a dream, baby. A phone, a dream, and a deck, and call it a day. Just get on there. Let me know when you're doing it. Raina says you keep seeing specific numbers all the time. The angel numbers online are not reliable to you. Oh, everybody got that. Did somebody give you a... Hey, Amy. Raina, what numbers are you seeing? And why do you feel like the angel numbers online are not reliable? That's awesome, Amy, that you released all that stuff and those doubts and fears in 2018. That's awesome. Yes, don't make YouTube enemies. This is the thing. Let me just speak on this here for a minute. I know I'm just catching up. YouTube, these YouTube streets and these IG corners, let me tell you something. Sometimes people will, there's beef that happens, and I'm like, how in the world did the beef happen? Thank you, Shonda. Thank you, Trine. Thank you. There's beef that happens in these here YouTube streets from time to time. Just it's what's really good is keep your head down, child. Just don't keep your head down. I don't know if you moderate on any channels, but and if you don't, let me know. You can moderate here. It's good to learn how to moderate. It's good to moderate on channels too, and just see how the flow of these things go. I'm a very friendly person too, but somehow I got mixed up in a little beefity beef, but I don't care. So whatever. You want to beef with me, beef with me, because it takes two to argue, and I'm not arguing with you. No, but I understand there's low vibe. I'm just saying reality. Regardless, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that way. That doesn't mean others don't. You really cannot, and I really don't care, because I'm gonna say what's being put on my heart to say. Whatever spirit gives me to say. Period. Point blank. Yes, manifestation can happen in an instant. I'm trying to see. I thought I saw another question somewhere. Clarence had a question and I missed it now. What's a good way to ground yourself, Clarence, if you're still in here? A good way to ground yourself. Wow. Clarence, I honestly didn't even understand what that grounding myself stuff meant until I had my first session. My first Reiki session, I didn't get it. So I would, Clarence, while you're meditating, first of all, while you're meditating, be sure that as you're meditating and releasing things, that you are literally pushing them out down through your root chakra. Also, take some time during meditation, at least once a week, to concentrate on your root chakra and growing it. And growing your root chakra, strengthening your sacral, strengthening your solar plexus. These are all your lower chakras. Really do take some time to pay attention to them. So often we are so concerned with our crown, our third eye, our throat, and our heart chakra, those being the upper chakras, that what happens, especially as intuitives, empaths, and energy workers, we end up like being super top heavy and very developed up top, and our roots are crap and they can't get any, like, there's no stability. And we've not taken care of our lower nature, and the lower nature then bubbles up all the time and interferes. So, pay attention to your, do during your meditative time, and if you're healing or anything like that, do pay attention to your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakra. Also, at nighttime, when I listen to meditative mind, or whatever is your music of choice, I do sometimes play root or sacral or solar plexus chakra healing music. Your root chakra is the red one all the way down at the bottom, your feet. I look at it, your feet, your legs. Question. Somebody asked a question about children and tarot cards. My grandbaby comes over, and if you've ever, those of you who've been with me for a while, will see Tana Pickles. Tana Pickles is my granddaughter, Rayleigh. She is highly intuitive. She is a Gemini. She will sit here and read these cards, child, better than some of these folks that's calling themselves readers in these here YouTube streets, okay, and these IG corners. So I don't have a problem with it. I don't just allow her to. In all actuality, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is paper. This is paper. To someone who is not intuitive, or is not putting their intention towards this piece of paper, it's not going to mean anything to them anyway. That's my own feeling about it. I don't put that much into it because I understand its spirit behind it. Other people put more emphasis on the physical and the ritual side of spirituality. I do not, because I didn't grow up in it. So since I didn't grow up in it, I grew up just spirit. I didn't grow up with tools and rituals. I'm not, I didn't. That's the beauty of growing up charismatic Christian. Raina, I like the sites online, and honestly, some of that other info, I found some of it helpful. Thank you, Mary. Base of your spine. I always like, for whatever reason, I always put my root chakra down at my legs, my feet. Maybe that's why my back be hurting. I'm just kidding. How do you not drain yourself during a reading? Oh boy. See, that's that separating yourself is that Reiki stuff that I learned. I used to get kind of tired before I learned Reiki. Where, so you say you're close to Montana? Netta, don't be, Bernetta, we're not doing the coffee. You see, I'm drinking water tonight, honey. Water. I'm not gonna be in here very much longer, y'all. Hey, S. Marie, I'm just seeing you. Yeah, some people don't believe in cards for kids. How do you not? Wow. Um, Angelic Quest, really concentrate. Now, is this a personal reading or are you talking about your monthlies? Thank you, Mr. Clarence. Thank you so much. Oh boy. Um, I would try having crystals close by. Um, I'm actually going to be trying some different essential oils just to see how they work um, with energy work. Yeah, don't put yourself in a bubble. That's not. See, guys, the thing is we fight the energies too much instead of flowing with it. Thank you. Don't fight the energy. You have to flow with it. The whole thing on YouTube is that there's so much. Do you do lives, Angelic? I would strategically place some crystals around your area that you're reading. I do keep my amethyst always very close. I don't sage. Don't kill me. I don't sage, although I need to go get some. I know I need to go get some. I just haven't yet. But I keep my amethyst. She's always with me. Since I purchased her, because I like that constant intuitive that frequency from her. I'm very in tune with amethysts as far as crystals are concerned. So do keep some crystals around you. I would say put a couple of grounding stones. Hello, Finesse. I put a couple of grounding stones underneath your chair if you can when you read. But it's really about, you see, this is the thing. There's so many energies. Oh, honey, you're going to have to rewind all the way back. We're doing question and answer right now. Um, I just did the first 35 minutes of this video, Finesse's teaching. So, yes, it is easier for all types of energies. The thing is in order for me not to really get into them too bad, for me to like really get affected by them, that is due to being energetically 95% or so healed. So there's nothing for codependent folks to grab onto anymore. That I don't have any space for them to grab. I don't have anything. So, my aura is more round. It's rounded and spherical, so that's what it is. Guys, I don't believe. Okay, let me tell you something. Tawanda, sometimes you think social media is all. Yes, it's energy. Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you, Finesse. Listen, guys, I don't sage. All saging is and you can if you want to. I happen to like the smell of it, but all saging is a physical representation of your intention. It is not. There is nothing in the sage itself that does a blessed thing. It is the intention behind the sage. Just like there's nothing in these cards that do anything, it's the intention behind the user. So if you want to clean your crystals and your intent, blow on them, we're good. You can put them out in the moonlight if you wish. I just don't want people to get hung up on that. Some people get hung up on those physical rituals to the point where that if they can't do the physical ritual, they like freak out. And I don't want y'all to freak out about it. I want you to understand that it is your intention and your energy and your power being put into that ritual is what actually makes the ritual work. Salt and water works. I'm hoping I can get y'all to a point where y'all don't even need to do any of that. Okay. Yes, you definitely can be clairvoyant, clairaudient, and telepathic. You could be all of those. I have been clairvoyant, I'm definitely always clairvoyant, clairaudient, telepathic. I told y'all this medium thing. You all that came over from Secret, hello Charm, y'all that came over from Secret brought some stuff over and y'all drew some stuff out of me. I have been doing a little mediumship. But baby, you all brought that mediumship out in me, honey. So there's precognition. There's all sorts of stuff. So yeah, honey, you can have multiple, and most of us do. Most of us start out with some sort of intuitive, like a clairvoyant type gift, and then the rest of it develops as our spirits develop. I can't wait to get these oils, you guys. And I can't believe, so y'all, okay, side note, while y'all are coming up with, hey Turner, coming up with any more questions, because I'm going to sign off here just a very few minutes. So I went to a doTERRA class today, essential oils. And a friend of mine from work was hosting. They just became an advocate. That's what they call them. And Lord have mercy. Let me tell you something. Lisa ended up buying a whole bunch of stuff and then signed up to be a gosh darn advocate, child. Before I knew what was going on. So, but I'll let y'all know what oils work, and I'm going to put my website up. You're just trying to find out who you are? I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am. I am yours. I am yours. Know who I am. Know who I am. Listen, baby. Miss Marie. Now, for right now, enjoy learning the gifts. You'll have more gifts that are going to come and be. You're going to start getting more visionary, like future visionary gifts. You're going to have more. And your gifts do not define who you are. Your gifts, thank you guys. Your gifts support who you are. And I think sometimes we place too much importance. I mean, it's good to know, but sometimes I feel like we place too much importance on it. I placed a lot of importance on understanding who I am. And now that I know, I don't even tell anybody. Because now it doesn't matter. It's what I do, right? As long as I'm fulfilling my purpose. So right now, just enjoy the gifts and learning about all of them and gaining more. And it's like a kid at Christmas time, man. You're just opening up your gifts, baby. Just enjoy playing with them. And soon enough, you'll understand what they're all there for. And they'll be there for different things at different times. But soon enough, enjoy this time right now while you can just be kind of in your cocoon and growing before you actually have to go out and be released to do your work. Because this is the easiest time you're going to have. I've never seen that word. I like that. If I could figure out how to pronounce it. So I speak in tongues. I speak in tongues when directed to. I have always believed and taught that I believe everyone has an individual tongue that is not an earthly tongue. It is a language, an absolute language. I know it because mine has developed over the years. Well, it developed a long time ago. And it is a language that, because your mind cannot understand it, your mind can also not doubt it, and neither can the other. Now, in Christianity, and probably in some other religions, it's also taught that those languages are there because shadow energies cannot understand those languages either. So there cannot be any interference in the fulfillment of those declarations of creation or recreation, Lena. That's what I feel about speaking in tongues. Somebody said you're waiting for your gifts to appear. Have you asked for them? And Turner, I bet you already have gifts that have appeared. Angelic, yeah, mediumship, man. Yeah, we're all gifted. Charm and Turner, we're all gifted. Yes, it is very much an intuitive thing. I use it If you're paying close attention, there's times where people come into this room, and if they're like ill or something, sometimes I'll push the microphone away and I will pray in tongues. Lena, I will do that. Or if I'm doing Reiki sometimes with someone, if I'm led to, I will pray in tongues. Quietly. There's sometimes where I don't. Yeah, it was very long and I did not intend to be in here 90 minutes. I also will pray in tongues sometimes when I just don't know what to pray for. There are times, Lena, that I'm like, oh my gosh. I just know something's wrong, but I don't even have the words. So I'll pray in tongues. Hey Bree, how are you, love? Hey Heaven. Oh, something gently tapping on. Somebody's crown is getting ready to open wide. Miss Marie. Yep, you have the gift of sight, Bree. Turner, you say you ask all the time, huh? Turner, I want you to. Do I offer Reiki on Google Hangout? Okay, hang on one second. Turner, I want you to kind of like keep a journal of just some things that happen. Just like keep a journal over the next, I don't know, 5 to 7 days. And just kind of think about, pay special attention to anything that may have unusually sort of happened, or where you may have known something was going to happen before it did. Just pay attention, because sometimes our gifts, the early gifts, are in operation, and because they're the early gifts, it just doesn't, like, we don't pay attention to it because it's just natural. So keep a journal. Trista, do you mean, do I offer Reiki like attunement on Google Hangouts to become a Reiki practitioner? Or do I offer Reiki sessions? I just want to understand what you mean. Psychic chills. You're welcome, Lena. I love talking about that. Most people don't talk about that. I love that question. Thank you. What did Evolve say? You had something that I thought was really cool. What does what mean, S. Marie? Am I like missing something here? You're welcome. Try that. Yeah, it sometimes works. Yeah, I get loved ones. My dad visit. My dad was the first one to come visit me, and then my aunt came to visit me years ago. She told me to tell my cousin something. Attunements, no. Attunements, there are still some things that need to be done old school. And attuning, I believe, Reiki attunement is one of them, because there is an actual laying on of hands and impartation that happens during the Reiki attunement. How do I ask for the gifts to become stronger? You just use them. Like muscles, you use them. And then you keep using them, and all of a sudden you discover you have new muscles. Okay, guys. Crown chakra. Oh, when I said someone's crown chakra is being opened a little wider, you said you feel tapping on the top of your head, right? So that usually means that there's a little bit of construction going on up there, that someone's getting ready to do a download. Or that usually typically means it's time for you to concentrate on your crown and open it up a little bit more during your meditation time. You haven't studied the chakras, love? Did I do a chakra class a while back? I wish Heather was on. She would know. You guys remember? I think I did a chakra class a while back. I don't know. I love my Aries moon sisters and brothers. We'll cut y'all up. Do that 7-day thing. I think I'll do another challenge soon. Another meditation challenge, guys. Soon. Not immediately. Don't ask me. Lisa's so cute. Look at that chakra. I don't know about chills on your right side, baby. I don't know about that. I got nothing on that, but I'm tired. Evolve, you have to in order to get that, I need you to if you want to work with me, you need to book some time with me on my website, okay? I don't do like that chakra healing. Good night, love. I'm getting ready to get off here, guys. Google user, where you been, girl? Lee was on earlier. Hey, Google. TT, what's happening, TT? Thank you for coming, Victoria. I appreciate it. I love you. TT, I'm about to get off. Yeah, I'm doing good, honey. I'm doing real good. You need to put your coin together so you can come to the conference in April. TT. Go to my website and check that conference out in April. I want you here. Put your coinage together. It's $597 for a double occupancy room. $150 to hold your spot. Okay, loves. I need to get off here, y'all, because I got to get up and go to work in the morning, and I got to talk to y'all. Oh, that's right, you and Annie. Get you some time off, honey. April 12th through the 14th. Come on out here and hang out with me. Come on out here and hang out with me. Honey, I got to go, baby. I've been on here for 90 minutes. Yep, go to the website, heartofinspiration.net. You can get your Reiki 1 attunement. Send them children some good energies. I know they need it. Just kidding. Okay, y'all. Let me get on up out of here. Okay. I love you guys. That's okay, sweetheart. That's all right. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you guys today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Thank you, Team Blue. I love you. We'll see you guys soon. Namaste. Bye-bye.